Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's been a little bit and I am so sorry, but things happened. Maybe we'll get into that later, but you guys don't care. You just want the moody, dark academia outfits, and I am here to help you out. TikTok has been such a great inspiration, so I actually pulled some TikToks that we'll get to watch here with my voiceover, so no, YouTube people get mad at me for using sounds that I may or may not know if they are copyrighted or not. Anyway, we're gonna look at some TikToks. All of the creators will be tagged below, and we're gonna recreate some of these outfits. So let's start with this first one, which I was so surprised by. It's this dark, moody, almost alternative emo dark academia. So here's a screenshot of what we are going to try and recreate. It's like this alternative dark academia, and I'm here for it. Okay, so for our alternative look, we obviously need a very poofy, billowy white shirt with the big sleeves. I'm not crazy about the stiffer collar, but if you wanted a shirt that could do multiple things, this is one of them that will do that for you. Plus we get the bigger sleeves that we're looking for. But another option is this. If we're looking for something a little bit more elevated, I think this would be a great option. It's more fitted, and if you had like the body type that you're comfortable with more close fitting clothes, this would also be a great option. This does run a little bit small, I have found, and I have a pretty average size. I'm a size 6, but I'm tall, but I have a short torso. Too much information, but this did run a little bit small, but I do think that this is a blouse that is versatile enough that you could use it with other things if you're looking for something other than a button-up. However, I don't think you can go wrong with a button-up at all. I love this shirt. The only issue is that it wrinkles really easily, so I never dry it. I just pull it out of the wash, hang it up, because it's this very light gauzy-ish material, and so it dries really quickly. But make sure you hang this up because it does get really wrinkly, but I think it fits that vibe of that almost piratey look with the big sleeves, and I think that this off-white is a really fun color. Obviously, the next thing that you need to have is a big flowy black skirt. You do not need to buy this new. This is probably something that you can find at thrift stores all over the place. Just make sure that it is either long enough not to be confused as a midi, or short enough that people know it's a midi. It's this like weird middle ground here. Black skirt never goes out of style. Okay, so the belt. The belt is arguably the most important focal point of that whole outfit, and when I tell you I scoured all over the place for a affordable belt like that, I'm not lying. I had no luck, but I did find a few comparable belts, and essentially what we're looking for in a belt is something a little bit thicker with a very visually captivating focal point. And I love this. For the price, you cannot beat it. The leather is not really leather, it feels more like plastic, but I think it ages well. At least I've had this belt for a while and it's holding up just fine. I got it in gold, which is kind of crazy for me, but I got it in gold. But I was contemplating getting this black color, but I figured if I was going to make it the focal point, I was going to make it the focal point. I love the size of it. It's not too in your face, but it is definitely the star of the show. Big fan of this. So here's another option. If you wanted something a little bit more put together and symmetrical, we have this really beautiful thick belt here. I think it's fun and versatile. You can use it for lots of things. The early 2000s belting, I think, is coming back, and I don't hate it. I think it's a fun way to dress up an outfit, and it really brings the eye in, especially where you want it, and it pulls you in that smallest part of your waist, really gives you a full figure. We love it. I think that this is just a fun little piece, but on Etsy, I found this, which is the closest thing that I could find, and it's a clasping belt, but it's almost $300. Like, it looks like this. Beautiful. We love it. It clasps using this. Super fun. However, that price point is just not sustainable. But I did find a ton of different belt buckles and belt clasps. They weren't attached to any belt, but if you were crafty or understood how that whole thing works, like, I'm not a seamstress, I don't understand, you could definitely buy very interesting belt buckles and make your own belt. So Etsy's a really great option for that, and a good old-fashioned thrift store I think would do you really well. And the boots, oh my goodness, the boots. So don't get these. I will not be linking these below. They wear really poorly, they age really poorly, but I just wanted to give you an idea of a shape that you're kind of looking for. Go for either a pointed or a squared toe. The round toes are more dated. So don't go for this, go for something more like this. The price point, I'm not gonna lie, it's high, but these boots, they're ageless. I think that they are super flattering. They wear really well. The heel is thick and not too high, so they're very, very comfortable. These are my everyday boots, but there are tons of other options as well. Now for the jewelry, she was wearing a skull, and I think that's great, but I almost feel like it's overdone in the dark academia setting. And to kind of spice it up a little bit, I got this Triceratops pendant, and I think it's so cute. It's a little shinier than what I was hoping for. I thought it would be a little less intense, but I think it'll age nicely. I think it's a really fun and unique piece, and so don't be afraid to just mix things up a little bit. I think it's a really interesting look. I don't know, maybe I'm way off base. Tell me if I'm wrong. And the hat. Our woman had a beautiful hat, and I could only imagine what it would look like when she was wearing it and having it on, but even just holding it next to her, I could totally see how it brought the outfit together. This is expensive. I'm not gonna lie, for a hat, it's expensive, but the quality is there. It is gonna hold its shape. It is going to age well. Unfortunately, hats are just more expensive for something that you don't actually wear a ton. So here's another option. It is a simple wide brim floppy hat. There's a 20% off coupon right now. Don't know how long that's gonna last. It's just not gonna age as well. But if you're looking for a hat just to spice up your outfit every once in a while, you can help hold its shape by stuffing this with either newspaper or tissue paper. I think it's a decent size. It fits most people. It is a little bit smaller than I think the video had, but again, I don't think it really matters. I think it's just the hat that kind of like pulled it together. I haven't had great luck at thrift stores, but maybe you will. So here is the next TikTok. There are so many gems here. They go through really fast, and of course it sounds great with the music that you can't hear, but I picked out two of my favorite outfits that we are going to be recreating. I picked out this fun number here. I think it's absolutely adorable. I love the colors. I love the playfulness of it. The hat is a little bit out there, but I think it kind of leans with that like alternative vibe we had earlier. I don't know. I like it. We're gonna roll with it. All right, so for our next outfit, we have to have a base of camel / tan trousers, and these are amazing for the price, and they have a little coupon right now. I love the color, I love the length, but be careful. These are pretty thin material. They're not like true trouser material, and they wrinkle easier. So this is another piece that I don't dry. I just wash and then I hang up instead of drying, and then I don't have a problem. But for the price, I love the fit. There's a ton of different colors. I ended up getting the camel just because that's what I thought would recreate the outfit best, and it did. Also, for those of you asking why I don't show my face or my house here, I might one day, but I don't know, I'm just a private person, but I wanted to share some of these things that I've been enjoying, and the whole like deep fake thing coming out is really freaking me out, but trust me when I say I love these pants. And now we get to the like more difficult aspect, and that is the blouse, shirt, blazer, jacket thing she's wearing, a shacket. There are a lot of ways you could go about this, so I pulled a couple of different ideas. The first one is this pea coat. I think that this is pretty fun. You can either wrap it with a belt or leave it as is, but you could also go a different direction and go with a true blazer. There are tons of different colors and patterns. Just go with what works best for your skin tone. I ended up getting, well, I already had this one and I think it was great. It fits a little snug in my shoulders, but that's because I've been working out, so we'll see. I ordered up a size just because I like that looser, slouchier fit. And then we get to the hat. So I have a couple of hat options. We could go for this straw hat, which I think is a little bit out there for dark academia, but I wanted to stick with the theme here. I actually didn't use it with this outfit because it just didn't work for me, but I ended up using it for like a summer picnic thing with like a summery dress. But this is a really cheap, affordable option. This though, again, not cheap, I'm sorry, but this hat, oh my goodness, I'm obsessed. I love it. It's a big, wide brim. It's one of those hats that you could wear probably for the first outfit and this outfit. You have a couple of color options. I went with the black and oh my goodness, big fan, big fan. Now for the jewelry, we see that she has some matching glasses and earrings. I love this shape of earring. I think they're very classy. I think they're elegant. And the metal pieces definitely work with that dark academia vibe. This is a fun set. Just make sure that you're not allergic to any of these materials. I'm not super sensitive with metals and I've had good luck with this, but it's also not an earring that I like wear every single day type thing. So just be mindful of that. And glasses. You can never go wrong with blue light glasses. I'm wearing these right now. I think they're beautiful. I think they're cute. I think that they just elevate any outfit and they're very, very functional. If you don't know, I am a writer, so I am in front of my computer often. That's also why I don't like to show my face here, as I do have an online presence somewhere else because of the nature of my job. Anyway, these glasses are great. Their return policy is also great because I accidentally ordered these ones, which I thought, oh, they could work, but I really didn't like them on me. So I just returned them and I got the gold ones. These are also a fun little option. I'm not crazy about the shape on my face, but I see people with these circle Harry Potter glasses and I am so envious because they look so cute on people, but maybe I just need to give them a little bit more time to get used to them on my face. The next outfit that we're gonna recreate from this TikTok is this beauty. Oh my goodness, I love the equestrian-esque vibe of this. We don't really see what the bottoms are, but I could totally see this being a pair of trousers, even black jeans if you wanted, but I just fell in love with the glove and belt combo, so this is what I picked up for that. Okay, so for our equestrian-ish inspired outfit, we have another base with a button-down collared white shirt. Honestly, if you just get a good quality one, like one of the ones I maybe mentioned earlier, you can reuse that, but this one has a stiffer collar. I've found that I enjoy a stiffer collar at times. And this is a really great option. I did go for more of an oversized fit, and then sometimes I tie it in the front and kind of make a mock crop, but this is just a really solid option for the price point. But if you have any button-up or long sleeve white shirt, I think that would totally work. Now my next challenge was finding that green coat blazer pea coat thing without seeing the whole picture. I wasn't sure if it was a pea coat or a blazer, so I have a couple of different options at different price points. I don't think you can go wrong with a dark green blazer. There's a couple of shades here. I went with this one. I ended up returning it just because I have so many blazers and I ended up liking something else better, but I find that this is a decent price point for what you get, lots of colors. I would personally size up, but they have really great return policies, so you could also do what my partner does, which is order 2 of one thing and return the one that doesn't fit. So this already has a belt. I would remove it. I would add a belt that has some more character, something black, but I'm a huge fan of this. I don't know why, other than the fact that it's elegant. I like the cut. It does wrinkle a little easier. I haven't had to wash it yet. I haven't worn it enough for that, so I can't comment on that. But I think it definitely works for that vibe. It has a fun length to it, so I think belting it makes a lot more sense and feels a little bit more elegant than if you were to belt the blazer. Here's another blazer option. It's a longer blazer. I think that this definitely has its pros and cons. The main con for me is I don't wear blazers like this very much, so it would be very much a one outfit type of situation, which is kind of what it's ended up being. It's fine. I think that it's a decent price point for what you get, and I think that you have a lot of options to style it differently. I just haven't experimented enough with it, but I wanted to put it on this list because some people are more creative than I am. And then the gloves. I think you really can't go wrong with leather gloves, even just like simple black, knit gloves. These are great. I've had them for years. I get everyone some for Christmas every year. They're very convenient, and I think they look a little bit more put together than just the general knit gloves. And here's another option of gloves if you want something a little bit thicker. I think the heavier seams help you create an elevated sort of feeling. But if you're going for aesthetics, you don't need to have this price point here. You can find something much cheaper. And here is another dark academia TikTok that we have here, some outfit inspirations. This is very popular. We've got lots of neutrals happening. I picked out this black number and then this really popular skirt and turtleneck combo. I think those are both very timeless pieces. Now for what is probably the most popular dark academia outfit is the skirt and turtleneck. I personally love having sheer tights underneath, sometimes extra layers. I personally use these, but there are a million options out there. Just use whatever works for you. I included different variations of the same skirt to kind of accommodate different body types and different levels of comfort. So for me, I like a more A-line pleated skirt, and I usually size up because I don't want it to be too short. That's just my own personal feeling. I feel a little bit more confident when I have more length with it, so sizing up helps. I also love that these have shorts underneath. They are a little bit thinner, but that's also why I wear tights. There's a lot of different colors and accent colors here depending on your palette and whatever works best for your skin tone. This is probably the most popular skirt that I see floating around. This usually, or something with a slit up the side. I know Shein has a lot of different options, but I'm trying really hard not to recommend anything from Shein, especially with everything that has come out in the past. So we're trying to stick away from that. I know not everything is perfect. I also just want to be able to give everyone options because not everyone can afford to shop at the zero waste factories. But this is a great option. It's got a zipper up the back. I think that it works. It is a little shorter for me, but I also have really long legs, so that could just be my own insecurity. I wanted to include a midi option just for people who want a little bit more coverage or are not crazy about tights but need a little bit more warmth and length. I could not for the life of me find plaid, but I thought this pattern was busy enough to kind of recreate the overall color blocking style. So if you're looking for a midi skirt, I think that this is really interesting. The slit doesn't go too high, and it's just really comfortable. They have a bunch of different colors as well if this is not your thing. And you cannot go wrong with a turtleneck. I love this one though. Turtlenecks can get pricey, and they're not always the most comfortable with how bulky they can be, but I think that this is really classy and cute. I see a lot of people wearing this in white. I love the black. It's thick enough. It totally works. And for this price point, you can't beat it. And for what I like to call our mock pantsuit, we have a white base. You can use any of the white shirts that I have looked up earlier for you, but you want to have a black sweater vest or a sweater vest that matches, maybe brown trousers is what you're going for. You also want it to be a little bit more fitted.